All right, Shalom, it's your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QUADASH. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I'm gonna jump right into it. This is Micah 2:10, the infamous Micah 2:10, which is a scripture that's always been brought out a lot, man, because that scripture not only it does describe our condition here in America, it describes America itself. And I'm gonna get it right here. This is Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart." And who's that ye? That's talking about you Israelites, man. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and your confusion of faith. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction, because hey, that's a description of America, because it is not your rest. And we are in a condition, we are not in a condition of rest. We are in a condition of captivity. We are in a condition of spiritual deprivation. We are in a condition of lack of knowledge, man. We are in a condition well, basically, we are in the condition of the curses. That's why this place is not our rest, man. You know, how can you be at rest in a place of captivity? How can you be at rest when you're under curses? And we're gonna so like we're gonna jump right to it, because it is polluted. And why isn't our rest? Because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. And what makes this place polluted? Instead, I'm gonna get Isaiah 24:5, because I'll tell you right there what makes America polluted. And why this place is polluted. Another word for polluted is defiled. It's Isaiah 24 and 5, and it says, the earth also is defiled under the habits thereof. So why is the earth defiled? Why is the earth polluted? What's going to tell you right here? Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. That's why this place is defiled. That's why a place is polluted. Why? Because it goes contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, man. They've changed the ordinance. They have transgressed the laws. They tell you it's okay to be a homosexual. They tell you it's okay to do whatever you want. To have that YOLO spirit, man. They tell you they tell you it's okay to be wicked. That is your choice, man. There's no order in that. So that's why it goes contrary to the laws of the Most High. That's why this place is defiled. That's why this place is polluted. That's why the place was destroyed, was a sword destruction, because when we don't follow the law, talking about the Israelites, us as a people, when we don't follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, then destruction comes upon us. Because those laws, statutes, and commandments were made for us to be a great people. They weren't made for, and if we go contrary to that, then we are put in that lower state. To prove that, I'm going to get a scripture real quick. And this is Moses talking to the nation of Israel, man. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High my power commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who was Yahawah so nigh unto them, as the Most High our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?" So hey, that proves it right there, man. That what makes us a great people. That what makes us a prosperous people. By what? By obeying the Lord. That what makes us great, man. That what makes us have wisdom and understanding. That what makes us wise, man. That what makes us righteous, man. That what makes the Lord near unto us. Because that's what it says there. For what nation is so great? Verse 7, what nation is it so great, who was Yahawah so nigh unto them? And so when we we obey the Lord and follow the law, statutes, commandments, the Lord is near unto us. And when the Lord is near unto us, we have that blessing, we have that prosperity, we have that rest, we have that we have that protection, man. we have that blessing. So right now we don't have that. We have the curses. That's why Micah 2:10 said this is not our rest because it's polluted. And then we read in Isaiah 24 and 5, it's polluted, it's defiled because this place doesn't keep the laws. It doesn't allow us to keep the laws, man. You know, if you go to Job 9:24, the earth and I'm just gonna get it. There's the fault of the verse because Isaiah 24 and 5 said the earth and the fault of the inhabitants thereof because they have transgressed the laws, man. And who are they talking about? They're talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He transgressed the laws of the Most High because the scripture said that he was going to do that, man. This is Job 9:24, and it said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, so the earth is defiled under the hands thereof because they have transgressed the laws. And what does the wicked do? What makes you wicked? Not keeping the laws, man. And Esau, Edom, he does everything in his power to go contrary to these laws. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of judge thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? So that's a scripture that people always bring out. But then I'm going to get Proverbs 29:2. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. So going back to Job 9:24, it says the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Going back to Isaiah 24 and 5, is the earth defiled on the hands thereof. Going back to Micah 2 and 10, this place is polluted. So you put all those precepts together, it tells you the condition of our world, and it tells you who's ruling this world, and tell you why this is not our rest, and why we're in the state and condition that we're in. You know? And that's how you bring out these, that's how you break down this Bible, man. You do it precept by precept, line upon line, like it says in I think it's the book of Isaiah. So with that, I'm gonna get Deuteronomy 12 and 9. Yeah, Deuteronomy 12 and 9. It says, "For ye are not yet come to the rest." I'll start at verse 1. It says, Deuteronomy 12:1. These are the statutes and judgments which you shall observe to do in the land the Lord, the God of thy fathers, giveth thee to possess it all the days you live upon the earth. So once again, that's going back to the obeying the laws, man, being obedient to the Lord. You know, to put it more plainly, you shall utterly destroy all the places where the nation which you possess. So in keeping of these that's commandments, like I said, a previous scripture, we have power in that, man. The Lord's with us, and when the Lord's with us, then we have the power and the ability, the wisdom, the knowledge, understanding to be above everything and everybody. And since we don't have that power right now, that's why this place is not a place of our rest. And I'm going to start back at verse 1. These are the statutes and judgments which you shall observe to do in the land which the Lord, the God of thy fathers, giveth thee to possess it all the day that you live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nation which shall possess serve their gods upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. Ye shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire. Ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods and destroy the names of them other places. So complete authority, man, over everything and everybody. It's what the Lord gives the Israelites when we are obedient to his word. And you shall not do so unto the Lord your power, but unto the place which the Lord your power shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there, even unto his habitation shall you come, shall you seek, and thither thou shalt come. And thither you bring your burnt offerings, and your sacrificing, your tithes, and heave offs in your hand, and your vows, and your field offerings, and the firstlings of herds, and your flocks. And there you shall eat before the Lord your power, and ye shall rejoice in all that you put your hand unto ye, on hand klakia. And I'm gonna read that back. And there ye shall eat before the Lord your power. So that's talking. So if we obey the Lord, you know, we're gonna put in that state of rejoicing. And there you shall eat before the Lord your power. You shall rejoice in all that you put your hand unto. So we're gonna have prosperity, ye and your households, wherein the Lord thy God has blessed thee. So we're going to have that blessing, man. When we you know, in obedience to the Lord, that's how we get our blessings. But we can't do that in this kingdom. Because why? Because the wicked bears rule. Because the place is given to the hand of the wicked. That's why this place is not our rest, man. That's why this place is not our rest. With that, I'm going to get Psalm 95 and 1. There's a few more scriptures. I'm going to close it out. Just going into meditating upon what made us great as a people. and what made us good, and why we're not basically in a state of prosperity at this given moment. Well, it's all through prophecy, anyways. But you got to have the understanding behind it. Why? Well, there's always a quote, why or why. People always ask why. People always want to know, well, why this or why that? Well, the scriptures tell you why if you just do your research. Why are people this? Why do the Mexicans this? Why do the blacks this? Why? It's just people ask these questions and they think that everything's supposed to be fair. Everything's supposed to work out. We're all supposed to hold hands and 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 get educations and work hard and buy nice houses, whatever the fuck they think, man. It's just a bunch of madness, man. There's a method to this madness. There's a reason for everything, man. And when you look through the scriptures, you'll see why this is not our rest. You'll see why we're in the condition that we're in. You see why we as a people have no power here. I'm gonna get Psalm 95:1. It says, "Oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with psalms. The Lord is a great power and a great king above all gods. In his hand are deep places of the earth. The strength of the hills are his also. The sea is his, and he made it. He made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our power. For he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture. So we are the Most High's people." And these previous verses, starting from verse 1, they talk about a condition of rejoicing and a condition of worshiping the Most High, which is a joyful, peaceful, prosperous, restful condition. For he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture, the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will hear his voice, that's the key thing right there. So all these conditions of joyfulness and prosperity and rest come with just hearing the voice of the Lord. That's why I said today, for you will hear his voice. And in contrast, the rest of the scriptures talk about disobedience to the Lord, man. Verse 8, harden not your heart is a provocation. And when you harden your heart, you're disobedient to the Most High. As in the day of the temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart. They have not known my ways. And that's the condition of our people right now. They err in their heart, and they have not known the ways of the Most High, man. Unto whom I swear in my wrath, and because of that, the Lord got angry. Unto whom I swear in my wrath, that they should not enter into my rest. So the Lord put you in this condition that you're in, man. The Lord put you in that Micah 2:10 position, where you're living in a polluted, defiled place under the habitants thereof that change the ordinance and the laws. Going back to Isaiah 24:5 again, going back to Job 9:24, going back to Proverbs 29:2, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So that's why we're in the condition that we're in, man. I'm going to read that verse 11 again. Unto whom I swear in my wrath, that they shall not enter into my rest, man. So that's why we are in the condition that we are in at this present moment, man. But soon, because it's like, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. But if you a man in this truth, if you a man doing this work, if you a man of the Lord, we don't look for a place of rest here. We're not looking forward to anything but the downfall of this place. So we're just waiting on the Lord, basically, man. We're not trying to invest any type of future in here, because we know because we have understanding of scriptures. This place is going to be destroyed. What we are waiting for is for YAHAWASHI to come and destroy this place and do a whole reset on this whole earth, man. And then we were going to be and that time when the Lord establishes his kingdom, after he destroys the wickedness of this earth and destroys Esau, Edom, and brings us out of his captivity, then we will be given the ability to obey the law, statutes, commandments, and that's going to put us back in a prosperous state. But say I'm going to get Jeremiah 31:31. I'm going to close it on that. Salakia. Jeremiah 31:31, and it says, behold, the days cometh, Says the Most High, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, this northern kingdom, which is you Latino tribes, you native and Latino tribes, and with the house of Judah, which is you dark-skinned tribes, man. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, says the Most High. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, says the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts. I mean, read in the previous scriptures that when we obey the law, that we are put in a state of greatness, in a state of prosperity, in a state of rest, in a state of blessing, in a state of rejoicing. So when the Lord puts these laws in our inward parts, it's going to put us back in that position of power, that position of rejoicing, that position of ease, that position of prosperity. That's how we're going to get our rest. And read that back again. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, they shall all know me. So we're going to be put back in that glorious condition. We're going to be put in our place of rest, where we can have that mind of ease. We don't got to worry about nothing. We don't got to worry about living paycheck to paycheck. We don't got to worry about showing up to work every day. We don't got to worry about none of the stress and sicknesses that we all go through. We don't got to worry about our children getting shot at, or whatever dangers that are out there in this world, man. We don't got to worry about none of that, because we're all going to be all right, man. That's going to be our true rest. Read that back again. They shall teach no more every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, know the Most High, for they shall all know me. From the least of them unto the greatest of them, says the Most High, for I forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. And that's a beautiful thing, man. So that's going to be our true rest, man. With that being said, I hope the lesson was edifying. So I want to say, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai. Shalom.